Well, howdy there, Chris, and what's up, workforce? Brian back with the vlog today to give you guys kind of an update on what's been going on behind the scenes regarding me and my health. Now, I originally posted a kind of a first update over on Ginger Prime, but being that we're working on the vlog and bringing it back here, I thought this would be a great opportunity to sit down and talk to you, Chris, about the impacts that testosterone is having on my life. And while it doesn't relate to gaming necessarily, I think there is actually an underpinning of gaming conversation to be had here and today. So first things first, to catch anybody who's listening, and Chris, you're well aware of this, up to speed. I have been diagnosed with incredibly low testosterone. And as a part of that process, I ended up having like wait almost over a month and a half before I was finally able to see the doctor, who then has prescribed, I'm going to butcher the name, but it's a little white pill. I think it's Citadel or something along that nature. Essentially, which is the funniest part about all of this, is it's a sexual improvement fertility drug. And in the case, if a woman was using it, it almost in a way has the odds of increasing the likelihood of twins. And for men, it helps with the natural production of testosterone. And I have been on that now for 4 solid days. And I can tell you immediately, like, I felt it. And after 4 days in, now again, reading all of what is to be expected about like general acceptance and how like your people's bodies generally feeling it, I feel so incredible right now. I'm talking about almost in a way, I feel kind of like my old college self with a lot more energy and so much more, I don't know, like I feel like my anxiety has just disappeared overnight. And that's a real nice feeling. If you guys don't suffer with anxiety, it sucks. Anxiety is an absolute garbage thing. I hate it. I hate it so much. And hate's a bad word in my household. I don't like that word. So note that that's essentially like if my kids were in the room, I'd have to try like, and I'd have to censor that word, greatly, because it drives me nuts when they say that word, especially when they're talking about their fellow siblings. But regardless of that tangent and that aside, here I am today, 4 days in. And now I have so much more hope for the future. Now, a big part of why I retired from Final Fantasy XIV, as I stated in the video, was to focus in on my family and my health, to be able to improve my livelihood. I have been working out like crazy. I have changed my diet like almost now coming up, I think, on 10 months. And I just wasn't seeing any progress. And any time that I would make a little progress, we would have a concept called a cheat day or a cheat meal. Those ended up just resetting all of my progress, and that feels very defeating, especially as for anybody out there who struggles with their weight. I know, Chris, you have been just absolutely crushing it with all your training, and honestly, you're an inspiration. So please keep it up, because that's freaking incredible. I'm very proud of what you're doing. Brandon, the Yeti, he invited me to start participating in marathon training. I used to run half marathons. And right now in my current weight, I don't think that's safe, especially for my knees and the life that I intend to live, hopefully for another 40 plus years here on the planet. I don't think those go hand in hand. However, if I'm able to finally cut this weight, I'm planning on, running again, because I've always enjoyed running. Thankfully, biking exists and the gym has been great. But with the big part of leaving Final Fantasy, it allowed me to get a lot of data. It's given me so much like just joy and focus, but that's me still getting up. Instead of playing Final Fantasy at 5 in the morning, I'm at the gym. And I think that's been a very good transition, a very helpful transition, because this has what led me to actually getting my testosterone tested. Because after going into the doctor with all the data of here I am working out 4 to 6 times a week, here is what I'm eating, what am I doing wrong, test everything, thinking it's maybe a thyroid issue or something. Thyroid came back just fine. This seems to be something that's working. And honestly, my sleep has improved. My overall mood has improved. My energy has, I feel like it's quadrupled. And that's kind of the thing that's really quite interesting, because I know you've said this about me, you've said this about Brandon, is that nobody outworks us. Nobody has that ability. And I always kind of was like, what my stubbornness and my focus has allowed me to persist through fatigue. But I can tell you hands down, there has been this underpinning of fatigue in, like, I felt like in my bones, you know, in this degree. And this has gone on probably for a little over a decade. And to feel this good, and hopefully this continues, but this will be a journey through this vlog, to feel this good is such a relief so immediately. And from what I've read online is that people who have been on this this process for, you know, 6 to 8 weeks say like it's even better. Like, and so there's some good news there as well. And I think I tweeted this out saying, hey, yeah, guys, like, been on this. This has been hugely helpful. The goal of this drug, as opposed to shots, is the doctor thinks that I'll be able to wean myself off. He'll wean me off of it in the future when my body's actually functioning and producing the testosterone that it needs. And at the same time, with the diet and the exercise and the focus in on, you know, trying to, you know, make my quality of life as good as it can be, you know, again, for my #1 goal of why I left Final Fantasy, to focus into my family, I think that's going to be really great. So anyway, 4 days in, and life just feels a lot easier than it has been over the last 10. And that's just something that I wanted to share with you today. So anyway, now this is the vlog. This is us back and forth. As a part of that, again, podcast is going to be this Thursday. Weird breath. Oh my goodness. Podcast. This Thursday. So note that like when it comes down to these videos, the one thing I was talking with Chris over text was like, hey, I'm bringing back the vlog. Let's have some fun. I'm able to produce more of these vlogs. And so my thought is he can either do one reaction to all the topics, or he can just pick and choose for whatever I decide to put out here on the channel. There's a lot to talk about. I can't wait to talk about Starfield. Personally, I'm very, very oddly excited about that game. I started off like with zero hype, and now I'm at an 11, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like an 11, but maybe that's the testosterone. Starfield plus testosterone equals good time for gamer Brian. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for you know, letting me sit down and talk with you a little bit about this today. If you guys got any questions, we'll do some follow-ups. Also, feel free to toss topics this way so we can keep this party train freaking rolling. Anyway, love you guys, love your faces, love you, Chris. Hopefully you're having a great day, and I can't wait to podcast with you on Thursday. Anyway, guys, peace.